Hey.
Yep.
Monday Podstache. To my right.
Justin Shank.
Next to him.
Cancer boy.
Straight ahead.
Koopa.
Christopher Lee.
All right. Cool.
Keep going. I'm going to get you a mic.
There you go. We were slightly delayed because a little fucking bastard kid was riding on a bike blowing a fucking whistle.
Kids.
Fucking. I don't think I was an annoying kid.
You know, we were all.
I really don't think so.
You played drums.
Yeah, but I mean, that was within
Inside your own home.
Yeah, and within the confines of my own home. We might need.
I don't think I ever did that.
Chris, we might need to grab a new mic cord. Oh no, never mind. Okay.
You totally did. You know it.
I don't think I ever did that.
Yeah.
Just being oblivious to everything and just doing something annoying. Of course you did. We have all done.
Well, it's different though because my parents didn't let me just ride around in Elgin on my bicycle when I was 6 years old.
Blowing a whistle.
Well, you
yeah.
didn't live in Elgin either.
Well, no, but they wouldn't let me do that either way.
Okay.
Just like ride around the street like with no parental supervision whatsoever. That just seems like stupid to me. I don't know.
See, we lived in a subdivision that it was like all kids, all
Yeah.
my age. So like we ran that fucking subdivision.
You guys ready to go? Let's get them. Yeah, do it, Koopa.
Actually, that
Dragon Punch, get your pick.
was those years previous to me moving into your area, which. Those years were the years that I was actually a little fucking asshole. Like, I've never gotten the cops called on me so many times. Well, a lot of times when I was younger, and it's because I had bad influences when I was a kid. Like, there was some like, what was it? My cousin's like 5 years older than me, I think. She was our babysitter, and then we had people across the street from us that were about her age. So like, the next door neighbors like burned fields down and stuff, and like, what is it like? Tennis balls and fucking mufflers and shit like that. We were assholes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my ute.
2 utes.
2 utes. That was on the other day. But you know what I'm talking about?
What?
My cousin Vinny.
Oh yeah. I don't like that movie.
Really?
It's all right.
I still haven't watched it.
Funny,
But I have it on
it's
VHS.
my best movie ever, by the way.
I thought it was good. I like that movie. Also, what's her face in that is fucking awesome too.
I love that chick.
Yeah, right. She's still hot today.
Was she naked or anything? Did
Yeah,
you
in
do
the
test
wrestling.
yet? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did the test. Did it pass the Koopa percentage test?
But yeah, and then I like all straightened out. Oh, I moved the bus driver when I was a kid.
Yesterday.
My dad had to like go to the principal and shit like that. Yeah, it was funny. I was an asshole when I was a child.
Yeah.
And then I became all straight laced when I got to you guys. So
Oh wait.
Through the window.
Really gassy.
Shove that kid with bus. Your ass.
oh man.
My ass is Bruce Springsteen.
Oh man,
How's everyone's weekend?
it was hilarious.
Fun.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah,
I was just talking to
please.
Justin. I'll do this story. I got to limit some things in it because because of the content. But let me preface this. I went over to my buddy's house this weekend, and he calls me up and he goes, "Dude, blah, I just broke up with my girlfriend 2 weeks ago. We're gonna have we're gonna party like we used to."
Oh, is that the party you invited me
Yeah.
to? Okay.
We're gonna party like we used to. And this is a guy that I would like for 3 years straight. I would go out there and we would drink like 3 nights a week and just go get fucking hammered, be belligerent. You know, that was where the drinking came in for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I haven't done this in a while. Just broke up with his girlfriend. Let's, I'll go. I'll be the Koopa. I'll be that guy.
Goofpa.
The Goofpa. So I go out there, and you know the phrase, I'm going to drop this, Eric, I love you.
Koopa has a lot of these stories, man.
And then I end up naming everybody in it.
Yeah, he always starts out like, I got to leave some stuff out, but this happened. You know what? Fuck it. It was the president.
I've the story, pity party, have you heard that? This was a real pity party. This was a pity party.
The non-metaphorical.
Yeah. Like, you just think that and wow, always have a pity. No, that was set up for that. So I go out there and then there's a keg there and all this shit and a bunch of it was like all his friends from his past. It was really weird. It was like a timeline of his friends.
It's like a Christmas tale.
It really was.
Everyone was there.
It really was. And so I get there and I get a warm welcome. Everybody's like, even the guys that I haven't met before. Oh, he said so much about you, which is nice, and it's really, and these new people that he's got new friends now that are former friends of his girlfriend or whatever. And so they're super nice, and so I start drinking, and we're drinking pretty heavy, you know. And then all of a sudden they get me extremely fucking high, which I'm still feeling the effects 2 days later of. Like I'm still hungover from this. I know. But I remember that there was this point that I just smoked, and then we just did like 3 or 4 shots of Jaeger, and then all of a sudden I just remember these 2 guys connecting, and just like it was one of the new guys and like my friend, and it was just
named.
we've already named, and it was just like, oh, it's so hard, and like, you know, all of a sudden,
What's going on here?
not like that.
Oh, it's so hard.
Not like that. But it was like an emotional state, and I was like, oh fuck, Eric befriended the emo kids. I was like, no. So the whole majority of the night was like this session that they had going on upstairs while I was just like fucking gourd downstairs.
I can hear it in here.
And I'm just like, I gotta get out of here. And I couldn't because I was just so fucked up, and I ended up just passing out on the couch next to 2 girls that were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, no, because I was so
Not okay.
not okay. Like I've never been to the point where you can't move, and that was that. So I wasn't really the life of the party after about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I think that's about what I gave it to. 2 hours and I was out.
Is that out in D-Town or?
Yeah. Downers Grove.
I was gonna say DeKalb, but yeah.
Oh no, he's out in Downers Grove though.
Okay. The other
So,
town.
but anyway, you know, it was a good night. It wasn't a good night. It was not a good night. But good to see a friend that I haven't seen in like a year, and now I named him and called him a pussy. But I love you. Yeah. Anyways,
Next. Okay. So
Oh, God.
this weekend, the show was great.
Oh, yeah.
The show went great.
I'll bitch about that later.
Yeah. And then last night, I ended up having a nice. But the intention was to have a a bonfire jam,
Okay.
acoustic.
That almost came out.
He's having a stroke.
Speaking Klingon?
And so we're all sitting around, and after a little while, we were all pretty high. And all of a sudden,
I'm the only person who's getting high all the
and so all of a sudden we're standing there. You know, there's a little lull, like just a little rumble of voices.
Okay.
Not too many people at this point. And all of a sudden there's this firecracker that pops, or so we thought. And like I thought it was somebody in our group just threw a firework. I was like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden the woods is like slowly catching on fire, and I'm like, who the fuck did that? What the fuck's going on here? And everybody's like, I don't know. So it's like a minute after this thing went off that we go over there and investigate, because the fire's getting a little bit bigger, and we're like, what the fuck? So I get over there.
You were like, let's not stop it while it's small. Let's just watch and see if it'll go
Fight
off.
fire with fire, man. Let it put itself out.
So I get over there and I start kicking it. And then I end up, as it's still burning, I almost kick it into the woods and like down the hill.
He didn't say what he's kicking.
Yeah.
You said you're kicking a fire. He's kicking like a glass jar.
Yes.
Okay.
It turns out that I was kicking a Molotov cocktail with steel toes. Nonetheless.
Molotov that didn't go off all the way.
That very well may have had napalm in it. And so this little jar ended up, I think it was the tin cap that popped.
Bless you.
And created the fireworks sound. And so for some reason it was just what it was, like a little fire with, this dud of a bomb.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking bomb.
So, I mean, did someone put it there, or is it from a previous party?
No,
or?
it was deliberately set up.
Dave made it about 2 weeks ago and just forgot.
And so nothing adds up. Like, nothing adds up. The trajectory, because of where they had to have been, they must have slopped.
like up down from the bottom of a 20-foot hill.
Yeah.
That's a straight drop.
Yeah.
So it's not like somebody
there's
just kind
a
of
road.
crawled up. It's like it's a straight like cliff.
And there's a road, and we sat there for about a minute before we did anything.
Yeah.
And we didn't hear any scurrying or any sign of, retreat.
Yeah.
And so that alone doesn't make sense. And so by the time I'm like, all right, I'm going for a walk, I get down there just to the bottom of my dad's driveway, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? They're already gone.
Yeah.
Like that was an assault, and you're not going to stick around for something like that.
Yeah.
But the strangest thing is like, who, why, where? I mean, like, why there? Like what?
Yeah.
So,
So you have no idea or any?
so
Pretty
we
sure
have
who-
we
pretty-
have
pretty
a
sure they know who it
yeah
is.
we have an idea, but it's just like it's so outlandish. And
It's
I'm
not.
It is.
It's
but
not
it
in your
isn't.
bias, but you're right.
Yeah.
I'll just name
There's
the name.
secrets.
It's the Cascastensis old singer Derek. They kicked out of the band.
Oh.
That guy's a psychopath,
I mean,
man.
but the strangest thing was I was hanging out with him earlier, and he didn't show any signs of peculiarity.
But that's the first time Dave has seen him since they kicked him out of the
Yes.
band. So
And
it's
I
one of
had
those-
invited him to the party. But the other thing is his two buddies were there. It's like, why would you endanger your friends?
because he's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
He's-
and
he's
why
one-
would
he's
you?
like-
Why would you have such a harsh warning?
He's one of those like crazy
We're
anti-government
gonna find
guys,
out tomorrow
man.
as you open it up, and it's just like moonshine. He's like, I just want to be friends again.
No, like he was crazy. He was like one of those government conspiracy guys who like always claimed to see black airplanes with no lights and shit. And like the government was like tapping his phone, and the FBI assaulted him, and he's crazy. So it was probably him.
Yeah.
So hey, Derek, you don't listen to Podstache, but if you are,
Yeah.
We're coming for you. You're about to be taken.
yeah,
But after that happened, people started really coming in, and like even after it happened, we're all just sitting there like nothing ever happened.
no more bum.
Like we're just like nice and chill. And then more people come, and we tell them, and we're like, "Hey, check this shit out." And then we go stand around the Bob. So,
That still has accelerant inside of
course,
it.
Mikey, and of course, Matt was the one that identified what was in it. And of course, Mikey picks it up and starts handling it. And I call somebody, and I'm like, "What do we do?" And he's like, "Honestly, call the cops. They can lift fingerprints." And I'm just like, there's so many people here. Everybody
30 people
has to
touched
get
it.
fucking yeah, right. And it's like it's like son of a bitch. I don't want to do that. But at hindsight, I'm probably gonna end up calling them.
Yeah.
Really, although, dude, my dad's home. Fuck, man. So yeah, in other words, it never fucking happened. It's like
Dude,
that's
turn
the
monologue.
killer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it never happened.
Have you ever seen Mom and Dad Save the World? Or,
No.
no, it's HBO. There was a there was a bomb, and it said it was like I forgot what they call it, like a gravity, not a gravity bomb. But it was something that if you picked it up, you would like disintegrate.
Oh,
And they're like, who's stupid enough to do that? He's like, well, look. And then the message says, pick me up. And then there's just this big line of people like picking it up. And being like,
That's funny.
anyway,
so yeah, that
That sounds like an awful show.
it was really funny. I liked that movie. I don't know.
It's a movie.
It was a movie, yeah.
A newer movie?
No, it had the dude that they're
Tom Arnold?
dippable. Like he's the bad guy. Yeah, he's the bad guy. Like it's his planet.
This is the
The fake line is the fake line.
yeah.
So they're on this other planet, and he's like the ruler, and he's like this mean emperor. And then these two kind of get teleported over because he wants to take this dude's wife and make her his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's the plot, and then they come together and save the planet and all that stuff. And it's a kids movie, and it's really fun. And I think it's got what's her face from what's
The other
the
movie she
Blue
was new in?
Lagoon. Yeah.
Brooke Shields.
Oh,
Brooke Shields.
Shields,
I
yeah.
think she's in it. Yeah.
Does she get naked?
No.
I'm out.
Anyways,
You had a week. You had a week.
I did have a weekend. Thank you. No, we played a show Friday. It was cool at the Mutiny downtown. Our first time in the city. My first time in like 4 fucking years for a show. It was a lot of fun. I will say to anyone that's in a band that's listening, if you don't hang out for the bands, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
If you want your band to play first so you guys can leave to go to work in the morning, go fuck yourself. Don't play a show. Plain and simple. I don't want your fans there. I don't want your band there because it was kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
We got to play with a band from Minnesota that's on tour right now. They all quit their jobs. They're on tour full time. They didn't want to play last, which is understandable. Last is like 1 o'clock. You know, they wanted to play in the middle of the show. And the first 3 bands, not equipped to play shows, didn't bring drum kits. They were all sharing one drum kit from someone. So they all wanted to play 3 in a row because they're like, well, we're sharing a drum kit. And he wants to leave so he can get out of here. He has to go to work, and our guys got work. And like the first band, they had a legit thing. Their singer was sick as fuck. So he's like, I want to play. He's like, I'll stay. I just want to play and get done with it. So that was cool. He stayed the whole time. He was sick as balls. But the second 2 bands played and left. Straight up. They played and left. The third band brought the most fans with them to the show. All of them left. And the 3 first bands all went for 40 minutes when it was supposed to be half an hour time slots. Okay. So we ended up going on at 1:15 in the morning and playing a 20-minute set.
That's
for like 10 people, which, whatever, it happens. But if you're in a band, stay at the fucking show, support the other fucking bands, promote the fucking show, which none of the other fucking bands did, except for the band that's on tour and us. Until the day of the show, they promoted it. And don't bring fans to the show because I hate your fans. If they're gonna leave for every other band, tell them not to come to the show. You know,
one of the biggest signs of amateur hour is when bands go over their time.
Yeah.
And it fucking drives me nuts when everyone knows how long of a set they have.
Yeah.
And it fucking drives me nuts when they're already over their time and it's like you guys want to hear one more? It's just like. Yeah. Fucking get off, get off fucking stage. That's one of my biggest
touring band too.
Yeah,
you know, they fuck the guys that are on tour.
They don't realize it's gonna fuck over the other bands, and then if you leave as soon as you're done playing, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you're a huge fucking, and then and the whole just like, hey man, I gotta work early in the morning.
Then don't be in a
lot
band.
of us do.
Then quit your band.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just like you're a piece of shit. And
we've all fucking been there. Yeah, you know, that's part of being in a band, and it's amateur and it's your band is going nowhere if you do that shit. It means you're not really you don't really give a fuck. Mm-hmm. That's the way I view it, you know. The bands all sounded good.
Yeah.
But they all sounded like other bands. And one of the bands, the one band that left, that brought the most people, that left and all their friends left with them, half their set was covers anyways. Yeah. For 40-minute set, so I was like, all right, well, you can fuck off, you know.
Yeah.
And they were added last minute too. The venue is partially responsible for the whole thing though, because they booked the show was originally 4 bands, and they added a 5th band last minute, and the show was supposed to start at 8:30. All the bands got there. 8:30 would be great. Half an hour time set for everybody. You get plenty of time. The show's supposed to start at 8:30. 8:30 they found out, we'll start at 10 o'clock and more people show up. And I'm like, you got 5 fucking bands to put on, man.
That's another thing. All these promoters,
2.5 hours.
I get kind of where these bars are coming from. They assume if they have bands playing all day, people will be there all day and they can drink more and then they can make more money. But it's just unless it's a fest, of some sort. Having more than 4 bands is such a fucking. It's just so ridiculous. It's a big clusterfuck. It seems like most of the time.
Unless you started at a decent time.
Yeah.
8:30 is not a bad start time. That's what it was slated for.
That's fine.
10 o'clock with 4 bands would have been fine still too. Everybody can get a half an hour comfortably.
See, I think that would be
that's pushing it. Yeah.
But I think, but they're probably thinking half these guys are going to bring 10 people, and so if we need to do this, we need to get people in to drink or to pay a cover or whatever. Thank you.
But I was just kind of, being in bands, we've people that play shows regularly know that's how it is.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just my first 2 shows were home shows, so there was tons of people we knew out there. This is our first show out of town. I didn't expect a lot of. We had Jason came out, Conor came out. That was cool.
Yeah.
A bunch of dudes we met at the Stellar Corpses show came out.
That's awesome.
But at the same time, it's they stayed for the whole show. They came to watch a show. Yep. They didn't come just to watch us and leave. Well, and it's fuck off.
Usually,
man,
usually what I'm pretty good about is I say what time the show is. I don't say, hey, we go on at this time. It's just I say what time the show go. What time the show.
Yeah.
I know that you guys feel that way, but I also know and I haven't watched a lot of bands lately, but the thing is I remember I used to go to shows and you go for your friend's show and then you listen to the other 3 bands, you're like, oh, this is shit, I just don't want to listen to this, you know what I mean? And there's that, and if people are coming in and paying for it, they're not obligated to fucking stay, you know what I mean?
But wouldn't you want to get your money's worth?
The longer a lot of times it's to support your friends, you know what I mean? Oh, I really want to see these guys, so you go out there and you're like, oh, this band before them sucks, and then you're like, all right, well, I already racked up a $30 bill at the bar.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of those people that are going to leave early though, why are they leaving early? Because their friend's band played and their friend's band's leaving. Now, like me, when I would go to before I was in Art of the Flesh, when I go to your guys' shows, I'd go there and you guys would hang out for the whole show, so I'd hang out with you guys. Mm-hmm. You know, if I go to see my friend's band play and they play last or play first,
right,
they're hanging the whole show, so I'm gonna fucking hang out with them at the show. You know,
fuck yeah.
And you know, the people you see leaving when a band leaves, their fans usually leave.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest. You know, if the band's gonna hang out and drink, their fans are gonna want to hang out and drink with their buddies.
Right.
But if you take off as soon as you're done playing, your friends leave. You're fucking the other bands. You already went over your fucking time set. You're boogieing already. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be in a fucking band and don't fucking try to book a show with me again because I don't want to play with you.
I totally hear what you're saying because
if you're in a band, I totally see that obligation.
Yeah,
You should stay all there.
Yeah, fans have a little bit of leeway because your ears get fried after a while.
Yeah.
I totally get it, but see, you should really fucking try and just stay for all the bands. You might end up discovering your favorite new band.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. But
Sometimes.
bands, no fucking excuse. I said, you're a piece of shit if you fucking don't, if you don't stick around.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we got our set was cut short. We had to plan on a 35 minute set. We ended up playing 20 minutes, which is not a big deal to me. I was willing to play 10 minutes, to be totally honest, because I wanted the headliner to get more time. They got cut to 30 minutes when the openers played 40. That's just bullshit to me. I told them, I'm like, God, before they're like, okay, you guys are off, and I'm like, hey, fucking let them play 2 more fucking songs, man. They drove from fucking Minnesota to play here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Give them a fucking 40-minute set. I'll play 10, and no, you guys are playing now. And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, well, fuck that, but I was like, all right, well, it's not my call, Yeah. But as being in a band, when you do hang out the whole time, you make a name for yourself then too. Mm. Me seeing those bands leave, when I see their name on a bill, I'm not going to give them the time of day.
Yeah.
I heard you. I saw how you treat other bands. Mm-hmm. Fuck yourself. That first band that played, their singer was sick as shit. Mm-hmm. They played first. They played a little bit longer set. They were first. They were good. They stayed the whole night. Mm-hmm. That, to me, says a lot more than a band that went up there, felt great, played a 40-minute set, and then just took off.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy. We played a 20-minute set. The venue wants us back. And we made some friends. So it's it's worth it to fucking hang out,
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
But pretty much, dude, even the headlining bands were pretty much ragging on the fucking other bands. These guys.
Yeah.
He actually referred to it as amateur hour.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that said the guy from Dead Bunny is like, it's fucking amateur night, guys. I'm sorry. So.
Nice.
But shows are fun. City's fun. City's always fun to play in.
No.
Mutiny's cool. They have liters of beer, and they're $7, and everyone in the band gets one free. So it's like, ah!
We're good.
Be right back.
Hey.
Refill.